Good morning, sir. So, welcome back. We'll revise the Indian Contract Act Chapter 1. 1A, in fact. Sir, Indian Contract Act weightage in CA Foundation will be 32 marks. How many marks, sir? 32 marks. You will be getting the 5 questions from the Indian Contract Act. 7, 6, 7, 6, 6. 7 means you may get the 3 plus 4. You may get 4 plus 2. Or you may get the 7 marks also. Total weightage of this chapter will be the 32 marks out of 100 marks. Yes or no, sir? Very important act in your life. Indian Contract Act is having the once upon a time we used to have the 266 sections. How many sections? Out of these 266 sections, section 1 to 75 deals with the general principles governing the contract till the quasi contract. 76 to 123 of the Indian Contract Act repealed, removed, omitted, and they're naming it as a Sales of Goods Act. So 76 to 123 is not part of Contract Act right now. They are removed, repealed, they're making a new act, Sales of Goods Act. And section 124 to 147 deals with the contract of guarantee. It is there in our syllabus. Next, 148 to 181 contract of bailment. 182 to 238 contract of agency. It is there. All these three is called as the special contracts. Then out of these 5 questions, you may get the 3 questions from the general principles, and out of these 3 you may get the 2 questions. And last, section 239 to 266 deals with the contract of partnership. Contract of section 239 to 266 removed from the Indian Contract Act. They're making a new act called the Partnership Act. As on today, section 76 to 123 is not part of the Contract Act. Section 239 to 266 is not part of the Contract Act. They're making a special act known as the SOGA, Sales of Goods Act. They're making a special act known as Partnership Act. Then let us start with section 1. First of all, before starting the Indian Contract Act, why Indian Contract Act is there in our syllabus in CA Foundation? First of all, why subject law is there in our syllabus? We are going to become chartered accountants, but not the advocates, but not the lawyers, but not the solicitors. Even we are not the advocates. Why this act is there in our syllabus? Why? Because being a chartered accountant, you have to advise your clients. Whenever a client gets any problem, the first point of contact will be chartered accountant. Whenever any legal issue comes, a businessman will not go to advocate. He will go to chartered accountant because he will be in touch with the businessman every day to file income tax returns, to file the GST returns, to file advance taxes, for setting up of the business. Yes sir, no sir. So CA should have minimum knowledge of the law. Moreover, when a businessman purchases something, it's a contract. Businessman selling something, it's a contract. Businessman recruiting someone, it's a contract. Yes sir, no sir. So whenever a legal issue arises, businessman will contact the chartered accountant. So CA should have minimum knowledge of the contract, how to enter into contract, how not to enter into contract, who can enter into contract, who cannot enter into contract, how to perform the contract. That's why this act is part of our CA curriculum, CA Foundation. It is one of the fundamental law for all the laws. That's why it is at the first stage of your CA curriculum. Then, so let us start with the first section of the Indian Contract Act. The first section. See, in any act, Contract Act, Sales of Goods Act, Partnership Act, Companies Act, SEBI, any act, section 1 will give the introduction. For example, you are facing me for the first time in your life. In the first lecture, I will introduce myself SG, my qualifications, my experience, how many years I have of teaching I am having, and how many books I wrote, how many marks my students are obtaining in the previous attempts. It will introductory class. Which class, beta? I am introducing myself in my first lecture. In the same way, in every act, section 1 will give the introduction about the act. That is the purpose of the section 1 in any act. So, logic behind section 1 in any act. What is the logic behind the act? Section 1 of the act explains the introduction to the act. Section 1 of the act explains the scope and applicability. For example, SG scope. I know auditing, I know costing, I know tax, I know FM, I know economics also. But Being a SG, my scope, I'm a law faculty, auditing faculty, tax faculty. I should teach only land auditing, in some cases tax also. I will not teach costing, even I know. I will not teach accounts, even I know. So my scope is restricted to law, auditing, to some extent tax. That's it. So it is defined by the scope. It's applicable to whom I am applicable, to whom I am not applicable. Is defined by section 1. I am applicable to law, applicable to auditing, foundation, inter, final, CA, CMA, CS, but not to costing, but not to FM, but not to some other subject. It explains the name of the act. That's why section 1 is there in any act. The main purpose, bolo, the main purpose of section 1 in any act is to introduce the act. So let us come to section 1 beta. Section 1 of the Indian Contract Act. The first section act explains the name of the act is Indian Contract Act. This act is enacted on 25th April 1872. This is the date on which Parliament of India at the time Parliament is not there. In the place of Parliament, some authority was there, no matter. This is the date on which act was taken its birth. But this act is upheld from 1st April 1872. The act enacted on 25th April 1872. The act applicable from 1st September 1872. The act is applicable to whole of India, including Jammu and Kashmir, including. That is the purpose of section 1, to introduce the act, name of the act, applicability of the act. Section 2 in any act will define the words used in the act. For example, one word is plant, one word is plant. It has two meanings. Plant means factory where we keep the machinery. Another meaning of the plant is a small tree. Another meaning is small tree. Under this act, what is the meaning of the plant? One word is security. Security has two meanings. Shares, debentures, deposits. इसको बोलते हैं securities. And one more security is in Contract Act. Securing, that means the girvi, takattu, pledge. So another security is safeguarding. Another meaning. Yes, sir, no, sir. Under this act, what is the meaning of the plant? There is a word called board, B-O-A-R-D, board. In companies, board means board of directors. In school, board means where we will write something. So in English, limited words are there. We use them in unlimited ways. One word is interest, I-N-T-E-R-E-S-T. Interest means rate of interest 3%. Like, I like that movie. I interested in that movie. Yes, sir, no, sir. So in English, limited words are there, unlimited meanings are there. What is the meaning of this word? And this act is explained by section 2. In any act, section 2 is like a dictionary for the act. In any act. Then, so the main purpose of the section 2 is to define the words used in the act to avoid the repetition of the meaning of the same word again and again and again and again and again. I don't want to explain the meaning of the contract 100 times because that word is used 100 times in the Contract Act. I will explain only once. Section 2. It is like a dictionary. It shortens the language of the act because we are explaining only once. So the main objective of the section 2 is to shorten the language of the act to avoid the repetition of the same words again and again. Section 2 explains the meaning of the words used in the act. It is like a dictionary for the act. That is the purpose of section 2. So I hope you people understood the purpose of section 1. What is section 1 of the Indian Contract Act? Purpose of section 2, and let us see the few definitions. So first, what is a contract? Our act name is Indian Contract Act. Our act name is Indian Contract Act. 1st September 1872. So 1st September 1872 is the happy birthday of the act. It's the date of enforceability, date of applicability of the act. Act means rules and regulations, set of rules and regulations. And India means whole of India, including Jammu and Kashmir. Then what is a contract? Indian Contract Section. Do one thing, Srinath Gupta, go to section 2H and ask 2H. 2H will explain you what is a contract. Then I went to 2H. I'm asking, hey 2H, hi, can you please explain me what is a contract? 2H said, SG, sir, listen. I said, yes, I will listen. You tell. 2H said, contract is an agreement. Contract is an agreement which is enforceable by law. It is an agreement which is enforceable by. So here I know the meaning of law by. I know the meaning of law by which is and it is. Here I don't know two words. I don't know one word agreement. I don't know one word enforceability. I'm asking 2H. Hey 2H, can you please explain me what is the meaning of enforceability? 2H said enforceability means right to which creates the legal obligation. Which obligation? Legal obligation means obligation as per law. My mother has to prepare the food for me. It is domestic obligation. If she don't prepare the food, I can't file a case because obligation is there, but no law is imposing the obligation on my mother. Yes sir, no sir, it is not a legal obligation. I'm selling the car to Ishwar. Ishwar has to pay the money. See, who said that sales of goods sector? Obligation is there on the buyer to pay the money as per the act. इसको बोलते हैं legal obligation. Enforceability means which creates the legal obligation. Legal obligation means bound to perform respective duties. You should do your duty, I should do my duty. If you are unable to perform your duty, I have a right to go to court of law for justice. Enforceability means which creates legal obligation. Legal obligation means bound to perform respective duties. That is, if one party to the contract unable to perform his duty, other party to the contract can approach court of law for justice. That is the meaning of enforceability. So contract is an agreement. Contract is an agreement which is enforceable by law. Who said? 2H. So 2H explained enforceability also. Here I don't know one word agreement. I am asking 2H, can you please explain me what is agreement? 2H said, sorry sir, Srinath sir, I have one friend. My friend name is 2E. 2E. Go to 2E and ask him. He will explain you what is 2E. I went to 2E. I'm asking, hi 2E, can you please explain me what is a agreement? Because your friend 2H sent me here. 2E said, huh? 2H said, 2E said, huh? I will explain. So 2E explaining what is an agreement. Every promise or set of promises forming consideration to each other. I'm asking 2E, what is the meaning of each other? Each other means one for another. One for another. आपके लिए मैं, मेरे के लिए आप. Then forming means creating. Forming means creating. Every means every kind of. Set of means more than one. Here I don't know two words. One is promise, other one is the consideration. I am asking 2E, can you please explain me what is consideration? Consideration means something in return. Something in. It can be in the form of the good, in the form of money, in the form of service. I am giving the 10 rupees to Kavya. I am giving 10 rupees to Kavya. Kavya giving me 10. Once is getting 10 rupees. Consideration to Kavya is the 10 rupees. Consideration to SG is the pen. I am teaching you. You are getting service. I am getting money. Sir, no sir. So, what's the agreement, sir? Promise or set of promises forming consideration to each other. Each other means one for another. Consideration means something in return. कुछ तो वापस आ रहा. The something in return may be in the form of good or money or the service. Here we don't know one word, that is promise. So contract is an agreement enforceable by law. Agreement means promise, set of promises forming consideration to each other. Consideration means something in return. Then I am asking 2E, can you please explain me what is a promise also? Then 2E said, sorry sir, I am busy. Do one thing. I have one friend. 2B, go to 2B and ask him. He will explain you what is the meaning of a promise. Then I went to 2B. I am asking, hey 2B, can you please explain what is a promise? 2B said, yes sir, I am here to explain you what is a promise only. है ना? 2B said, a proposal. A proposal when accepted becomes a promise. When proposal is there, उसको accept हुआ तो उसको बोलते हैं promise. Here I don't know. I know promise becomes a and when. Here I don't know two words. One is proposal. One is the acceptance. To be said, acceptance means giving the consent. Assent, expressing willingness, ready to bind by terms and conditions of the offer. Offer putting some condition. I am asking Kavya. Kavya, will you purchase this mic for 2000 rupees? She said, yes, sir. What's the condition? This mic only. Condition number 2, 2000. And you have to come to SR Nagar to purchase this one. He said, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. I'll take my mic only, but not the remote. I will pay 2000 rupees only. I will come to SR Nagar. She is ready for these three conditions. इसको बोलते हैं acceptance. Here we don't know one word, beta, proposal. Then to be said, Srinath sir, even I don't know what is a proposal. I have one friend. I will refer you. Go to 2A. 2A. Go to 2A and ask her. She will explain what is a offer. Then I went to 2A. Hi. Then 2A is explaining what is a offer. It is having another name, but a proposal. In England we call it as a proposal. In India we call it as a offer. So what is a proposal and what is a offer? This is very very important from exam point of view. Exam में बार बार आया आता आ रहा. He will ask define offer. I never kept any star for the contract or agreement or the promise, but I am keeping the stars for the proposal because he will ask in the exam define offer. Define offer. Star star, superstar, star star, mega star. So when a person signifies to another his willingness to do or option from doing anything with a view to getting the consent of another, either to such activity or abstinency, then he said to whom a proposal or the offer. So what does it mean, sir? When a person, example Srinath Gupta, to another person like Ishwar, signifying means expressing. Signifying means expressing means telling. Expressing means telling. So I said to Ishwar. What I said to Ishwar? Actually I have a will. Willingness means desire. Willingness means desire. Icha, korika. It's actually 10 rupees pen. How much beta? 10 rupees. He is searching for the pen. Actually he lost the pen. He is in the exam center. So he is asking everyone for the extra pen. Yes sir, no sir. I am having the 2 pens. So this pen is for 10 rupees. If I give it to 100, he will take it or not? Pakka he will take because he has exam. My desire is to give the pen to take 100 rupees, profit 90. So Srinath Gupta telling to another person Ishwar, his desire, take the pen, give me 100 rupees. To do an activity. To do means take the pen, give me money. With a view to getting the consent of another. I know he will accept because it's an exam. Final exam. Yes sir, no sir. So he will give the assent for such activity. Then I have said to whom made a proposal. Here we are missing one word beta. That is the abstinence also. What is abstinence? Acting. To do means positive thing. Coming. Abstaining means stopping. So I can give 2 types of the offer. Ishwar, if you come to class tomorrow, I'll give you 1000 rupees to do an activity. If you don't come to class tomorrow, I will give 1000 rupees. Offer can be given for doing something. Offer can be given for stopping from doing something. But it must be made with a view to getting the consent of another. I know you will not accept. Still I am giving an offer. That is not an offer at all in the eyes of law. So Ishwar is a pure vegetarian. Very pure vegetarian. I am offering kg chicken for 1 rupee. Whether it is offer? No. Because I know he will not accept. It must be made with a view to getting the consent of another. If I know you will not accept, if I am giving an offer, that is not an offer at all in the eyes of law. And various judges also giving the definition of the offer, like Pollock and Halsbury and also Salmon, which is not important from exam point of view. So, but as per Pollock, what is a contract? Every agreement or promise enforceable by law is a contract. And as per Salmon, contract is an agreement defining the obligations. Your obligation, my obligation is defined on a paper. वो पेपर को बोलते हैं कॉन्ट्रैक्ट as per Salmon uncle. Done. ये एग्जाम में नहीं पूछते बेटा. So if we summarize the all the things what we have discussed till now. So here I am summarizing all definitions: contract, agreement, promise, offer. These 4 definitions are like 4 pillars for Indian Contract Act. So what is a contract? Contract is an agreement which is enforceable by law. Enforceability means creating the legal obligation. Legal obligation means bound to perform respective duty. आपका काम आप करना, मेरा काम मैं करना. If one party to contract is unable to perform his duty, other party to contract has the right to go to court of law for justice. इसको बोलते हैं enforceability. Then what is the agreement? As per 2E, promise plus consideration. Consideration means something in return. It may be in the form of the goods, in the form of the service, in the form of the money. Then what is the promise? Under section 2B, promise means offer plus acceptance. Acceptance means giving the consent. What is the proposal or offer? expressing the willingness with a view to getting the consent of another, इसको बोलते हैं offer. Summary of the four definitions. Out of this one is very very important. Next, kinds of agreements. This concept is very important. Star, superstar, mega star. Out of these three, this will not come in the exam. Commercial agreement first will come in the exam. Aya, aata, ara, aayega. First one is a domestic agreement. Which agreement, beta? Domestic agreement. Second one, social, religious, moral agreements. Third one is the commercial agreement. Out of these three, domestic and social agreements are very important from exam point of view. What is a domestic agreement? Generally, this question already came in the 2018, 1999, 2005, 2015, and I say test your knowledge. In your book, at the end, question is there based on this concept. So, what is a domestic agreement? Which agreement? Domestic means within our home. Domestic animal, dog, cat, domestic animals. Domestic people, mummy, daddy, brother, wife, children. Domestic people. Yes sir, no sir. Who is staying in our home? Mummy, daddy, brother, wife, children. If you are entering into any agreement with mummy, daddy, wife, children, usko bolte hai domestic agreement. You said to your sister, if you complete the running notes, you will give chocolate to your sister. Domestic agreement. Mummy said, if you bring the vegetables from the market, she will prepare biryani for you. Domestic agreement. Father said to son, if you clear CA foundation, I will give you bike. ये exam में 10 बार आया. How many times? 10 बार. Father said to his son, if you clear CA foundation in first attempt, I will give you bike as a gift. Domestic agreement. Husband said to his wife to give the gift on her anniversary. इससे domestic agreement. Exam में इसके बारे में 2 questions आते बेटा. एक तो father and son. Father said to his son to give the bike if you clear CA foundation. ये तो आता. Husband said to his wife. To give the gift on her marriage or birthday. ये 2 questions बार आ रहा है exam में. ऐसा no sir. Domestic agreements are the agreements which are entered with members of family like father, mother, brother, sister, wife, children. These are not enforceable by law because there is no legal obligation. Contract means agreement plus enforceability. In case of domestic agreements, agreement will be there, but enforceability will not be there because there is no legal obligation. They will not become contracts. There was a famous case law, Balfour versus wife of Balfour, 1919 case law. In this case law, what was happened? Husband and wife went to a trip, family trip. Unfortunately, wife got sick. She was admitted to hospital. Husband promised to pay the money send the money to hospital every month, but husband forgot to send the money to wife. Wife filed a case. Judge uncle said, Amma, sweetie, you can't file a case on your husband because it is domestic agreement. Which agreement? In the same way, father said to his son to give the bike on clearing CA foundation. Son cleared, but father is not giving. Can we file a case on the father? Because there is no act which says that you have to give the gift to your son. Is any act is there like that? In the same way, husband said to his wife to give the necklace on her birthday but not giving. Can you file a case? No, because no act says that husband must give the necklace to wife. Done. ये very important बेटा. Next one, social, religious and moral agreements. Social, religious exam में आते बेटा. Very important. So society में कौन रहते बेटा? Friends, relatives, neighbors रहता. If you're entering into any agreement with your friend, is it enforceable? No. So Ishwar said to his friend Nikhil to keep the place in the first bench, but not keeping the place in the first bench because his girlfriend came. He's given the place to girlfriend instead of the friend. Can you file a case on your friend for not keeping the space in the first bench? No. Yes sir, no sir. I'm inviting all my friends to restaurant for the dinner because it's my birthday. My friend is unable to come. Can I file a case on him for not attending the dinner? Already I'm booking the 5 seats in the restaurant. I'm paying for the restaurant for 5 people. But one friend is unable to attend the particular क्या बोलते उसको dinner. Can I file a case on my friend for not attending the dinner? Birthday party? No. social agreement, because no act says that your friend must attend the dinner, birthday dinner. Yes or no, sir? Clear na? Either this one will come. I'm actually, two questions will come in here in the exam. One question, I said to my friend to give the birthday party, but I am not giving the birthday party. Not giving birthday party. Can my friend file a case on me? Not giving birthday party. Can my friend file a case on me? No. Otherwise, I am giving the birthday party. Friend is not attending birthday party. Can I file a case on my friend for not attending the birthday party? Friend not attending birthday party. Friend not attending birthday party. If I don't give party, you can't sue me. In the same way, if I can't give birthday party, you can't sue me. If you don't come to party, I can't sue you. इसको बोलते हैं these two questions will come in the exam. We'll do the scanner also after revision, है ना? So that scanner also very important. Domestic agreements are social agreements are entered with friends, relatives, neighbors, etc. These are not enforceable by law because there is no legal obligation. ये क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में आया बेटा, बर्थडे पार्टी एग्जांपल. नेक्स्ट, कमर्शियल एग्रीमेंट्स एंटर्ड बाय बिजनेस पीपल, ट्रेडर्स. हु बेटा? Traders, business people, merchants. I give the rice bag to Shashi. Rice bag. I'm a businessman. SG Rice Depot. I'm delivering the rice bag to Shashi. Shashi is not giving me money. Can I file a case on him? I sold my car to Ishwar. Ishwar is not giving me money. Can I file a case on the Ishwar? Yes. These agreements are entered between traders, merchants, business people. These are enforceable by law because there is a legal obligation. So we have done with the contract, agreement, promise, offer, types of agreements. Next, ये वाला एग्जाम में आता है बेटा, very important from exam point of view. Star superstar, star megastar దిగిపోద్ది ఎక్కడ ఎగ్జామ్ హాల్లో. This concept was already there in the ICAT test your knowledge in your book 2012, 2019, 2004, 1998 before your birth. Yes sir, no sir. So these many times came beta, whether all agreements are contracts. Whether all agreements are contracts. The three types of agreements are there beta: domestic agreement, social, commercial agreements, social agreements, and really commercial agreements. These are enforceable, so they become contracts. These are not enforceable, they will not become contracts. These are not enforceable, so they will not become contracts. The question is whether all agreements are contracts? No, because social, domestic agreements lacks enforceability. They will not become contracts. They will die as agreement itself. So only commercial agreements are enforceable. So only commercial agreements will become contracts. ये एग्जाम में 5 बार आया बेटा. Whether all obligations are contracts? There are 3 types of obligations. My mother has to prepare food for me. I should take care of my children. Domestic obligation. Which obligation? Social obligation. Which obligation? Last one is the commercial obligation. I should teach you for you people. These are enforceable, they will become contracts. These are not enforceable, they will not become contracts. These are not enforceable, they will not become contracts. Only commercial obligations are enforceable. So only commercial obligations will become contracts. Domestic, social obligations are not enforceable, so they will not become contracts. आरा बच्चों, यार आता अच्छे बच्चे. Next, section 10. Section 10, essential elements of the valid contract. Section 10 explains how the contract is supposed to be as per law. कानून के वजह से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कैसे रहना. For example बेटा, मम्मी सेट टू निखिल. Who's मम्मी? निखिल्स मम्मी सेट टू निखिल. बाजू वाले का मम्मी हमको नहीं बोलते ना बेटा. Our mummy is there not to tell us. Yeah. Mummy. Mummy said to Nikhil on 10/10/2000, Nikhil, you should be good boy. Which boy? Then Nikhil said, yes, mummy, I want to be good boy. Mummy, when I said to be good boy? Then mummy said, Babu, Nikhil, you said to be good boy. If you wake up in the early morning, 6 o'clock, then do yoga. Then 6 to 7 o'clock, fresh up. Then have the breakfast. Mummy will help you. Then sit in, pray to Bhagwan. Then sit in the first bench. Don't fight with your friends in the class. And after class, watch only Pogo while having the snacks. And 8:30 to 9:30, homework. Mummy will help you. A for apple, B for ball, C for cat. And daddy will come. We'll have dinner together. Then daddy will tell the story. Once upon a time, there was a king. 7 sons. Listen to daddy story. Sleep like a baby. Then if you do all these things, Babu ko bolte hain, good boy. In the same way, one more mummy is there. Mummy ka naam Indian contractor. Uska beta hai beta. Beta ka naam contractor. Under section 10. Under section 10, Indian Contract Act said 10 things to its baby. If these 10 things are there, isko bolte hain valid contract. Which contract? वो क्या है बेटा? देखेंगे बेटा. Valid offer, valid acceptance, intention to create legal relationship, lawful objective, lawful consideration, free consent, capacity of the parties, certainty, possibility of the performance, not void and legal formalities. एक एक देखेंगे. कैसे देखेंगे? First one, there must be valid offer, valid acceptance. It must be proper as offer as per section 2A. It must be proper acceptance as per 2B. है ना बेटा? What is proper offer? We'll discuss in the next chapter. Next chapter name is offer and acceptance. So it must not be unlawful offer. It must not be unlawful acceptance. It must be proper offer. Which offer? Then intention to create legal relationship. There are 3 types of relations are there beta. Social relations not enforceable, they will not become contracts. Domestic relations will not enforceable, will not become contracts. Commercial relations are enforceable, they will become the contracts. So an agreement will become contract if there is a proper offer, proper acceptance. If there is a commercial relations, only commercial relations will become the valid contracts. Non-commercial relations may not end up as a valid contracts. Next, capacity of the parties. Capacity means eligibility. Capacity means eligibility. For example, everybody is not supposed to enter into our class. Everyone is not supposed to eligible to enter into this class. Everybody is not eligible to vote in the elections. Everyone is not eligible to enter into contract also. Indian Contract Act said to enter into contract, the parties to contract should be major, sound mind, should not be disqualified by law. So who are these people? Will discuss in the chapter number 3 in depth, but let me give small introduction. For example, Nikhil is there, aged about 5-6 years, second class. I am giving the laddu sweet, taking his gold ring from him. Yes or no? Rich people, he is coming to school with gold ring and gold chain. I am giving the laddu, taking the gold ring. Whether he know the value of the gold at the age of 7 years? No, he is mentally incapable. And Ishwar is intoxicated. Liquor पी लिए बेटा, taking the दारू, wine, beer, gin, rum, पूरा mix करके. Yes sir, no sir. He don't know what is happening to him. He's donating his whole property to me out of intoxication. Out of? Yes sir, no sir. He's incapable to enter into contract. You should be major. You should, dimag has to work. Your mind has to work. You should be sound man, and you should not be a person disqualified by law. Next one is the lawful consideration. Which consideration beta? Lawful consideration. Consideration should be lawful, should not be unlawful. For example, Ishwar is there, Ishwar friend Sweetie is there. Sweetie was engaged to Nikhil. For example, then Sweetie said to Ishwar, you break the marriage with Nikhil, I will marry you. So Ishwar is breaking the marriage between the Sweetie and Nikhil. What is the purpose of the agreement between the Sweetie and Ishwar? Breaking the marriage, breaking the engagement, unlawful objective. Which objective? ये क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में 3 बार 4 बार आया बेटा. सेम एग्जाम्पल, निखिल, स्वीटी एंड ईश्वर. इन द प्लेस ऑफ निखिल, स्वीटी, ईश्वर, he will keep X, Y, Z. Raju, Rani, Ramesh. So that the objective of the contract should be lawful objective but not be unlawful. Sale of gun, legal. Sale of pen, legal, lawful. Sale of gun, unlawful, illegal. We can sell the pen but not the gun. Next, free lawful objective and lawful consideration. So what's the objective of the contract? I said to Nikhil, if you break the Ishwar legs, I will give you 10 lakhs. What's the objective of the transaction? Beta, breaking the legs, injury to another person, unlawful. You breaking the legs of the Ishwar, but I'm not giving the money. Can you file a case on me? I only breaking the legs of the Ishwar. Sir is not giving me money. You can't. Next, there must be free consent. A consent. Consent means acceptance. Consent means acceptance. वो consent दिल से देना. कैसा? दिल से. You have to give the consent out of your own wish, own will. For example, Ishwar, 6 years Ishwar, LKG. He don't like to go to school. He used to go to school forcefully by crying because daddy said, "Do marega." Mummy said, "I will give you laddu if you go to school." Even he don't like to go to school forcefully, he used to go to school in LKG, UKG. That is not a free consent. Now, how Babu is coming to our class? Wake up in the early morning, having the bath, every day. Sure, pakka. Having the bath, taking back, having his own breakfast, coming. Free consent. Which consent? Giving consent is different. Giving free consent is different. Few people will join CA out of their own wish, passion. Free consent. Few people will join in the course because of mummy force, daddy force, bazu wala auntie force. It's useless. A sweetie force otherwise. Yes sir, no sir. Force. So, free consent. Which consent, beta? Consent is said to be free if consent is not affected by coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation, mistake. We'll discuss about this in chapter number 5, but I will give one example here. The chapter 5th chapter is the free consent itself. For example, Nikhil is my student. I said to, he's having a bike, Harley Davidson. I said, if you don't sell your Harley Davidson to me, Harley Davidson 10 lakhs. If you don't sell it to me for 10,000 rupees, I'll make you fail in the exam. Oh, dar gaya. Bichara, selling the bike to me for 10,000 rupees. He don't like to give the bike for 10,000. Still he's giving because of the force, because of influence, bad influence. Isko bolte hain undue influence. Which influence? If the undue influence is there, coercion is there, free consent is not there, it is not a valid contract. Then there must be valid offer, valid acceptance, intention to create legal relationship, capacity of the parties, lawful objective, lawful consideration, free consent. And there must be certainty. It should not be expressly declared as void. Expressly declared as Indian Contract Act is declaring few agreements are bad agreements. For example, agreement in rescission of marriage. Fundamental right, beta. If I said to Nikhil, you shouldn't marry anyone. You should die like a bachelor. It is restricting your fundamental rights. This agreement is void agreement. If you don't marry anyone, I will give 10 lakhs. He's not getting married to anyone. I am not giving 10 lakhs. Can you file a case on me? Court will not entertain this case. Agreement in rescission of the trade. In rescission of trade. See, everybody has a right to do any legal business. Yes sir, no sir. Can I restrict you from teaching law? No. Even you want to teach law, can I restrict you? If I'm restricting you from teaching law, which is legal business, there is a void agreement. Which agreement? See, in Hyderabad, one famous sweet shop is there, Pullareddy Sweets. Which sweets? Yes sir, no sir. Actually, it has some exception. वो exception exam में आता है बेटा. Pullareddy Sweets. Actually, one fine day I went to Pullareddy shop. I'm asking the total value of the furniture in the shop. He said 7 lakh. I'm asking total value of the sweets. He said sweets value 3 lakhs. Total 10 lakhs. I kept 10 lakhs on the counter. I said, Pullareddy sir, please leave because I'm purchasing your business. Furniture 7 lakhs, sweets 3 lakhs. Pullareddy said, I'm having a brand in the Hyderabad. If you give me 15 lakhs, I will leave. I'm asking why this 5 lakhs extra. It's for my goodwill, my name. I said, okay. I paid 15 lakhs. I paid 5 lakhs extra for goodwill. Then I said, Pullareddy sir, I purchased your brand name. Pullareddy Sweets. Pullareddy, you should not do Pullareddy Sweets business in Hyderabad because I purchased your name. Can I restrict the Pullareddy from doing the sweets business? Yes. Because I'm paying extra for his name only. Yes sir, no sir. Actually, Pullareddy Sweets famous worldwide, only Hyderabad? Only Hyderabad. You should not do Pullareddy Sweets business in Hyderabad. Restriction? Valid. Worldwide, you should not do Pullareddy Sweets business. void. How many years I can enjoy the Pullareddy Sweets business brand name? 5 years. If you don't manufacture with quality, that name will be lost. You should not sell the sweets in Hyderabad for next 5 years. Restriction valid? Valid. Because I can enjoy maximum 4-5 years is brand name. Lifetime you should not sell the sweets. Restriction will be void. समझ में आ रहा बच्चों? Sir, Pullareddy is known for the sweets, biryani, sweets. Pullareddy sir, you should not sell the sweets in Hyderabad because I am paying the extra 5 lakhs for your name. You should not sell the sweets. Restriction valid or void? Valid. You should not sell biryani also. Restriction will be void. Pullareddy punugu, Pullareddy bajji, Pullareddy pulao. Restriction will be valid. Sorry, restriction will be not valid. Then ये exam में आया बेटा. So for few agreements आते बेटा. Restricting marriage, restricting trade. Those agreements are bad agreements. They will not become valid contracts. Because Indian Contract Act already said you are a bad agreement. You will be remain bad. You will not become valid. Yes or no? Valid offer, valid acceptance, intention to create legal relationship, capacity of the parties, lawful objective, lawful consideration, free consent. A consent, free consent, and should not be void. And there must be, we have discussed a few great example also. The Brindavan movie ka example, marriage ka in the regular class. Next, certainty. Which certainty means single outcome, possible. Certainty means we can able to estimate the outcome easily. If you're preparing for degree, you expect 90%. Will get 90 pakka, 85 to 95, somewhere there. You can expect. But in CA, if you expect 91, no, but you can get 19 also. That is the beauty of the CA course. Yes sir, no sir. See, clearing CA is uncertain, frankly speaking, in first attempt. You may clear. But clearing degree in first attempt is certain, pakka. If you can able to estimate the outcome accurately, certain. Accuracy is not there, uncertain. So, I'm asking, will you purchase this pen for 10 rupees? Clear. Single pen, single price. Clear. You can say yes, you can say no. I'm asking, will you purchase this pen for 10 or 12 rupees? Clarity is not there. It's uncertain. In my mind, 15 will be there. In your mind, 10 will be there. There is no clarity. It will not become valid contract. The terms of the offer must be clear, certain. It should not be vague. V-A-G-U-E. Vague means confusion. Should not be vague. Should not be ambiguous. Should not be ambiguous. Will you purchase the pen for 10 rupees? Certain. 10 or 12 rupees? Uncertain. Simple. Will you purchase a pen? Certain. We have to pay market price. Which price? Next. It must be possible to perform. Possible to exam में आते बेटा. If it is impossible to perform, my mummy said, here my mummy is there. देखो बेटा. My mummy and me. Visible? She is my mother. It's me. She's feeding me. My mummy said, కనిపిస్తుంది అక్కడ? My mummy said to me, SG, if you eat, mama will come. Who will come? Which mama will come? Chanda mama will come. That moon is not coming. Moon will come if I eat? But my mummy said, SG, please eat. If you eat, moon will come. Who will come? Uncle will come. Moon uncle will come. Moon uncle is not coming. In the same way, can we discover the treasure by magic? Treasure by magic? In an exam math, beta. Discovering treasure by magic. By magic. This exam mein aata. I said to Nikhil, if you swim all over the Indian Ocean, I will give you 10 lakhs. Is it possible to swim all over the Indian Ocean? No. I said to Nikhil, I will give, if you give me 10 lakhs rupees, myself Baba, SG Baba. If you give me 10 lakhs rupees, I'll perform some puja or something. I said, no, sir. Your grandfather will get the rebirth. Which birth? Rebirth. Is it possible to give the rebirth to dead body, beta? Rebirth. All are impossible agreements. They will not become valid contracts. Beta? So, A3 in example, exam mein, swimming over the Indian Ocean, giving the rebirth, and discovering the treasure by magic. All these will not become valid contracts. because it is impossible to perform exam में आता. Last one, legal formalities. For example, beta, I can sell this pen just like this, just like that. I can sell this duster just like that. If you give me 50 rupees, I can't sell my building just like that. We have to go to register office. Yes or no, sir? And the agreement should be in writing, signed by seller, signed by buyer, signed by witness, signed by registrar. It must be on the bond paper. उसको बोलते हैं legal formalities. If legal formalities are missing, it will not become valid contract. बोलो last time बेटा, everyone repeat along with me. Essentials of valid offer, valid acceptance, intention to create legal relationship, capacity of the parties, lawful objective, lawful consideration, free consent, certainty, possibility of the performance, not explicitly declared as void, and satisfy legal formalities. Satisfy legal formalities. So out of these headings, any heading he can ask practically. I said no, just no. So bringing the moon, giving the rebirth, swimming over the Indian Ocean, valid, void, he will ask for 2 marks like that, around like that. Last concept for the chapter beta. In the first chapter, 1A. 1B will be offer and acceptance. We have divided in the first chapter into 2 parts. 1A, introduction to contract. 1B will be offer and acceptance. In ICA, everything will be 1 chapter only. Yeah. Next, types of contracts. There are so many types of contracts that there actually contracts are only 2 types: valid contract, void contract. Valid contract can be expressed. Valid contract can be expressed, implied, tacit, quasi, or e-contract. A valid contract can be executed, executory, partly executory. Valid contract can be unilateral or the bilateral. Yes sir, no sir. Only these are the types of contracts. It's subclassification beta. ये पूरा क्या है बेटा? Subclassification. Valid contract is there, no? It can be expressed, implied, tacit, quasi, e-contract. A valid contract can be executed, executory, partly executory also. Valid contract can be unilateral or the bilateral. Actually, there are only valid contract is there, void contract is there, voidable contract is there. Only 3 types of contracts. A voidable can be expressed, implied, tacit, quasi. A voidable can be executed, executory, something like that. समझ में आ रहा बच्चों? So here, based on the enforceability, for which kind of contracts you can go to court of law? 6 types: valid contract 1 star, void contract 5 stars, void agreement 3 stars, voidable contract 5 stars, unenforceable agreement 0 stars, illegal agreement 2 stars. 2 बार आया एग्जाम में. We'll discuss the questions also once we done with the scanner, once we done with the revision. Based on formation, how, for which kind of contracts you can approach court of law, and how the contracts are taking its birth in India. How they're taking its birth. It can be express contract 1 star, ek bar aaya exam mein. Implied contract so many times 5 stars. Tacit naya aaya. Quasi contract 5 stars, very important. One chapter is there, quasi contract, last chapter. E-contracts, electronic contracts. Obligations. How many obligations are pending? How many obligations are pending? 2 types: unilateral, bilateral. And execution. How many obligations are performed? How many obligations are not yet performed? 3 types: executed, past tense, सब हो गया. Executory, future tense, सब होना वाला है, होने वाले वाला. Executed, partly executory. इसके बारे में एक एक देखेंगे. ये हो गए तो चैप्टर खत्म. Then we'll do the scanner. First, express contract. Which contract बेटा? Express contract. Single star बेटा. एग्जाम में एक बार आया. ICT के में क्वेश्चन रहता है बेटा. Express contract means words may be spoken, words may be written. I said to Ishwar, hi Ishwar, will you purchase my car for 10 lakhs? I wrote a letter. Will you purchase my bangla, my building for 50 lakhs? Words may be spoken, words may be written. Bolo, everyone. Express contract is a contract which is entered through words spoken or words written. Okay. Implied contract. Which contract term? ये concept exam में इतना बार आया बेटा. Implied contract. Very, very important. Implied means assumed. Implied means assumed. Here words are not spoken, words are not written, still you can able to understand the based on the situation, circumstances, behavior, conduct. You're supposed to be inferred. For example, you went to your home, you're sitting on the sofa, your mother can feel you are tired. How can you know that you are tired? Whether you're writing here I am tired bolke, whether you said to your mummy I am tired bolke, by seeing your body language she can tell whether you're happy, sad, tired, weak. Mummy will tell why you're so happy today. Whether you're writing here I'm happy, no, she can identify by seeing your facial expressions. उसको बोलते हैं implied. Here words are not written, words are not spoken. Here you have to understand the contract. It is inferred. It is inferred based on the. It is a contract. Everyone. It is a contract where words are not spoken, words are not written. It is to be inferred, understood based on situation, circumstances, or conduct of the parties. Famous example in the exam beta. Conductor is there. Railway station is there. You standing on the railway platform with 4 bags of luggage. And coolie came in the uniform taking the luggage on his head. Implied offer. You're following the coolie. Implied acceptance. You have to pay 10 rupees. Done per bag. After reaching the auto stand, if you don't pay, will he leave you? Tappad marega. Next one is the tacit. It is like an implied contract only. It is based on the English class. It is a part of the implied. Here, one of the parties represented to missionary. ATM, human being. Coin box, human being. Weighing machine, human being. Keeping the ATM machine, tacit offer. Using the ATM machine, tacit acceptance. Next, quasi contract. Very, very important from exam point of view. एक chapter में रहता है बेटा. It's a contract assumed, presumed, deemed, implied by law. Even there is no offer, even there is no acceptance, this contract is assumed by law because one should not enrich at the cost of other party. This contract is based on the principle of equity. सब लोग एक ही होता है कानून के आंकों में. So if you're spending the money, you have to enjoy. If I am spending the money, I am supposed to enjoy. I lost my bag and Ishwar find the bag. There is an assumed contract between me and Ishwar. We both are strangers. Indian Contract Act is assuming that he has to search for me. He has to hand over the bag to me. I have to pay the searching expenses. Whether I give any offer to him, whenever I lose the bag, you have to search bolke. Whether he give me any acceptance, here no offer, no acceptance, contract is there because one should not become rich at the cost of other. Law is assuming that there is a contract between the loser and finder of the goods. Then ये question only will come in the exam beta. Next, contracts based on the execution. 3 types रहता है बेटा. एक दो बार आया exam में एक दो बार आया. Executed contract and executory. Executed 2 stars, 3 stars you can keep. Executed means everything is performed. I gave the car yesterday. He gave the money yesterday. Performed, completed contract. I will give the money tomorrow. Tomorrow he will give the car. Both are pending. Executory. इसको बोलते हैं bilateral also. Both obligations are pending. I gave the car yesterday. My duty is done. He will give the money tomorrow. His obligation is pending. Partly executed, partly executory. इसको बोलते हैं unilateral. Executed contract is a contract where both the parties already performed their respective duties. Executory contract is a contract where both the parties still have to perform their respective duties in the near future. Partly executed, partly executory means one party performed his duty, other party still has to perform. past tense है, future tense है बेटा. इसको बोलते हैं unilateral, इसको बोलते हैं unilateral, इसको बोलते हैं bilateral. Next, contracts based on the enforceability. Very important from exam point of view. This will be last topic for this chapter. Once we done with this chapter is set to be completed. So what is a valid contract? Simple beta. What is a valid contract? Simple. I will explain in simple terms, then we'll do definition. It is a contract which will satisfy section 10 from formation. of the contract till the execution of the contract. So I'm giving an offer to Ishwar. Ishwar is accepting. Valid offer, valid acceptance, kept as the parties, free consent, lawful object, lawful consideration. We both are majors, not void in India, no legal formalities, all are satisfied. When from the date of formation till the date of the execution, इसको बोलते हैं valid contract. But ये लिखे तो एग्जाम में नहीं आता, ये लिखना बेटा. Definition लिखना. All agreements are contracts if they are made by free consent of the parties, competent to contract, for lawful consideration with lawful objective and not hereby declared to be void. ये लिखना बेटा. Simply, it is a contract which will satisfy section 10 from formation till execution. Star लगाओ बेटा, एक star लगाओ. You will ask the definition. Next one is the void contract is very important. Came so many times in the exam beta. So many times. This will come in so many places also. It is having so many names beta. Void contract, also known as supervening impossibility. Supervening means later. Supervening means later. Starting possible, later impossible. Supervening impossibility. इसको बोलते हैं subsequent impossibility. Subsequently means बाद में. Later it become impossible. 4 names. इसको बोलते हैं doctrine of frustration. Doctrine of frustration. Why frustration will come to people if something is not happening as per his expectation. I'm expecting something in the beginning, everything is happening, बाद में frustration आ रहा. For example, Ishwar is there, he entered into relationship with Sweetie, she is smiling, he is smiling, he said something, she said she accepted, like that 6 months was happened. After 6 months, whenever he said something, she said no. Frustration. Why? Because something is not happening as per his wish. Frustration, irritation, humiliation, fightings, blocking and then Instagram. You block me, I block you. In Instagram, WhatsApp, katam. Press to toilet board again. मित्र मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, simply it is a contract which will satisfy section 10 at formation, which will not satisfy formation at a execution, which will not satisfy section 10 at an execution. Simply. But ये लिखे तो एग्जाम में मार्क्स नहीं आता, but ये लिखना बेटा. It is a contract which ceases to be enforceable by law, becomes void when it ceases to be enforceable. Beginning it is enforceable, बाद में क्या होगा बेटा? It is stopped to be enforceable because section 10 is missing. Section 10 is satisfied, enforceable. Section 10 is not satisfied, not enforceable. Done. Yes sir, no sir. Simply, it's a contract which will satisfy section 10 at a formation but not execution. I entered into agreement with Rishi for sale of my car. Section 10 is satisfied on 1st January. I have to give delivery of the car on 31st March. 1 day before the delivery, jal gaya car. Contract becomes void because it is impossible. I entered into contract with Rishi for delivery of the 10 bags of rice. Stock destroyed. Stock beta, every example 4 marks. In Mazak se nahi de raha examples. Every example will appear in the exam hall. Bag destroyed, stock destroyed. Yes sir, no sir. When stock is not there, how can I give delivery of the stock? Stock is there when the contract is entered. At time of delivery, oh jal gaya. Destroyed. One more example. I have a liquor shop. I entered into agreement with Rishi for sale of the liquor from January to December. In the month of August 15th, Modi uncle came in the TV. 15th August, he said, "Aaj ra, mitron, मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, आज रात 12 बजे से दारू पीना बंद." Yes sir, no sir. कल से it become illegal. It is become unlawful object. Yes sir, no sir. Beginning section 10 satisfied. Subsequently, it is seized. Why it is seized? Section 10 is not satisfied बाद में. So difference is able to understand clear. So valid contract section 10 satisfied formation existent. Void contract section 10 satisfied formation but not execution. Void agreement is void ab initio. Void agreement is void ab initio. Simply void agreement and 10 which will not satisfy section 10 from formation till execution. From the day one, it will not satisfy section 10. I am asking Ishwar, will you purchase this book pen for 10 or 12 rupees? He said, yes, sir. And said, I said to Ishwar, if you able to give the rebirth to dead body, I will give 10 lakhs. Impossible to give rebirth to dead body. I said to Nikhil, if you give me 10 lakhs, I will discover the treasure by magic. It's impossible. All these are void agreements, civil cases, but not criminal cases. Criminal case no illegal hota. So it is an exam mein. An agreement not enforceable by law is said to be void. Simply, it is a contract, it's agreement, which will not satisfy. Section 10, from formation till the execution. Next, voidable contract beta. Which contract? Voidable. Simply not related to section 10 beta. ये optional contract beta. Which contract? Optional. Actually, you are getting some loss because of some other person. You can go to court of law, prove it in the court of law. You can make it as void. You can make it as a void. Since you are suffering, no beta. You can go to court of law. You can explain the pain because somebody is making a fault on you. If you remain silent, if you don't go to court of law, it will become valid. Yes or no, sir? Aggrieved party. Which party? Aggrieved party who was incurred some loss. I am keeping the gun against the Shashi gun and taking his gold chain. Taking his gold chain for 10 rupees. Yes or no, sir? Two options. He is an aggrieved party. He can go to court of law. He can prove everything in the court of law. CCTV camera footage also available. So he can make it void. He can take back his chain. He can give back me 10 rupees. That's super mera then. And beta. Arey, he's having a gun. Why to fight with SG? He's a rowdy fellow. If you remain silent, court will assume that I'm a gentleman. Sir, no, sir. In fact, I'm a gentleman. It will become valid. We have discussed such a beautiful example. Abhishek Bachchan, Salman Khan, gorgeous Aishwarya Rai. We discussed, no, beta. Regular class is regular. Revision is revision, no, beta. It is an agreement which is enforceable at the option of one or more of the parties, their own, but not at the option of other party. But whose option it is voidable? But aggrieved party. Which party? Abhishek Bachchan. But not at the option of other party. Who is getting the benefits out of this? That is Salman Khan. Yes, sir. No, sir. Simply, it is a optional agreement. Aggrieved party who suffered the loss can approach court of law, can prove the pain, make it void. If you remain silent, after expiry of reasonable time, it will become valid. Next, illegal agreement एक दो बार आया बेटा एग्जाम में, 2 times 1 time आया बेटा. इसका इधर the main objective of the agreement will be to do illegal activity. Which activity? Drugs, guns, women, murder, rape, human trafficking. Guilty of mind will be there. Bad intention will be there. Criminal cases. Which cases? There was a famous example in the exam beta that was asked in the exam. For example, we discussed one example. Salman Khan said to Shah Rukh Khan, Don, if you kill Abhishek Bachchan, I will give you 10 crores. I will give you. The objective of the agreement between the Salman Khan and Don is to murder. Illegal. It is illegal. So Don is killing the Abhishek Bachchan, but he made a call to Salman Khan. Salman Khan calm ho gaya. Where is my 10 lakhs? Then Salman Khan said, मेरा पास टाइट चल रहा. Then Don said, मेरा पास एक offer चल रहा. एक buy one get one free. If you don't give money, I will file a case on you. Then to save his life, Salman Khan went to Hyderabad and he's meeting Allu Aravind uncle, richest producer in the Telugu industry, and taking the 10 crores as a loan. And Allu uncle is asking why this 10 crores to give it to Don because he killed Abhishek Bachchan because of me. इसको बोलते हैं collateral agreement. Which agreement बेटा? Supporting agreement. इसको बोलते हैं primary agreement. In case of illegal agreements, primary agreement is illegal. Even collateral agreement is illegal. ये क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में 2 बार आया. Same question in the place of Salman Khan, Abhishek Bachchan, and Allu Arvind. X, Y, Z will be there. 4 people, na? X, Y, Z, and G, something like that. A, B, C, D. Otherwise, illegal agreement is an agreement whose objective is to do illegal activity like murder, rape, human trafficking, drugs, weapons, etc. Generally, these are criminal offenses. In case of illegal agreements, collateral agreements, which are supporting agreements, are also illegal and void ab initio. Remember, in case of void agreements, primary agreement is void, collateral is valid. In case of illegal agreements, primary is illegal, collateral also illegal. ये एग्जाम में आता है, डिफरेंस में पूछता. Unenforceable agreements which lacks technical defects, legal formalities like registration, signatures, witness, nothing but a 10th heading in the essentials of section 10, which lacks legal formalities. Once legal formalities are fulfilled, no, they become enforceable. Not that much important from exam point of view. And he's asking the void agreements versus voidable agreements, void agreements versus illegal agreements also. देखो बेटा exam में आ रहा differences है ना बेटा. So with this we are done with chapter 1 of the Indian Contract Act. 1A is completed. Second part we will be discussing in the next class. So after this we are going to do the scanner from 1994 to 2025. And the questions we will be covering in the scanner. Done. Have a great time. Enjoy the day. Prepare well. This is signing off. Take care.